best podcast in the land. Tune in to Two Strangers, One Podcast. Now, here's Chris and Kristyn.
Hello and welcome to Two Strangers, One Podcast. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn.
And today we're officially bringing you our road show.
Road trip. Just us in the road.
It is Cinco De Mayo. And
we are spending it not with margaritas, but for comics. Yeah, it's still early.
The sun is still out, so
we're going comic book hunting for the free ones.
It's officially Free Comic Book Day, and we're on the road. If you hear that jingling, that's my
Lamborghini.
My Dreamcatcher, mirror thing, and
we are en route.
We're en route now. We started kind of late today, and it's not.
What time do they usually start? When it opens?
I guess when the stores open.
Is it like ticket sales, like that sort of thing? You got to get there first in line.
First come, first serve kind of a deal. But what I'm hoping that
Nerdapalooza, Geekapalooza. What do you call it? What do you want? Geeks? What do you guys prefer?
I prefer
Nerdapalooza.
Geek, I don't mind either.
Okay.
You know, I know there's people. There is a.
Some people get offended.
Yeah, there is a nomenclature that some people don't like geeks, because some people, they say that geeks are the people from the festival that there was like
festival.
Well, you know, like in the carnival back in the day, they used to have like oh, sorry, I almost killed us there.
We're okay.
The geeks were the guys that were hired to, like, they bit the heads off of chickens and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just thought those were like cannibals or something.
Well, like,
something weird.
Like
those were the geeks.
A sideshow. Oh,
yeah,
you know what?
like a freak, I guess.
And I totally figured, now that I'm driving, I'm trying to think about how we're going to the place, and I'm going to run a U-turn because...
So we are in the Rochester area.
Yeah, and...
Rochester, New York.
And I'm really surprised that I went to the Free Comic Book Day website this year, and there are significantly less stores participating.
Wah, wah.
And I mean,
how many are there today?
Right now, I have 6. I have 6 on the list.
And what is there usually? Like they usually say?
I've been going to Rochester's Free Comic Book Day for 2 years now, and I would say last year there was like 9.
Oh, okay.
And probably even, I think it was like 12 the year before that. So like every
Do you think
year,
some have closed down or just not even doing it?
I think they're not doing it or they're not registered on the site. I mean, we can play with the idea of...
There could be a secret one open.
Yeah, I mean, just because you have free comic books, maybe they're not put in on the site or not.
We're going to find one in a dark alley or something. Stumble across it.
Well, I'm pretty sure if you went to a store... Now, if you went to a store and asked if they had free comics... They probably are participating even though they're not registered on the site.
I am new to this. This is my comic virgin cherry poppin', I guess.
Your virgin cherry.
My comic book cherry. So he is taking me on my first comic book tour.
Yeah, it's...
I'm a little late in the game. I'm 26. Sorry. He's opening me up to a whole new world. And I'm loving it so far. We're outside, so I can't complain. But we'll see. I'm single, so I'm looking for a man, so we'll see if this is my type.
Oh my God, yeah, there's nothing but single men in this place.
This might not be the route I want to take. But we'll see. We'll see what we come across. I might have to just wait in the car while you go in. I might be scared off.
The funniest thing is to go to these places, and I mean, I'm traveling with my daughter right now, but you go to these places and you see the guys with their kids, and the guys are the ones looking up the comics.
And the kids are
standing there bored, like, yeah, can we go?
Let's go now.
So I wonder if we're going to see any of those today.
I'm sure we will. Kids are jerks, yeah. They want to go home and sit in the house and play their Xbox. Play the comic book games, not read them. What is our first stop we're going to make?
The first stop we're going to is called All Heroes Comics.
Sounds amazing.
It's on 4410 Lake Avenue here in Rochester.
What's the biggest one here? Or are they all kind of the same size?
They're all kind of the same size. I'm trying to think. I think there's one Empire Comics on Mount Hope, which is kind of big. The All Heroes I remember somebody telling me it's right next door to a pizza shop right there on Lake Avenue. And I remember hearing that at one point it used to be a recording studio.
Oh.
Or something to that effect, or a practice studio or something. And if I understand correctly, Metallica actually spent some time up here in Rochester.
For real?
That's what I heard.
This is like your mecca, then.
Through a friend of a friend.
To a friend's uncle's brother.
Yeah, that
cousin.
This was, like they practiced the album up here because I believe it was recorded. In Brooklyn. The first album, Kill 'Em All. But someone told me that they practiced up here.
So you're gonna like get down on your knees and kiss the parking lot?
I've been there before, so
so the excitement's over.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice place. It's freaking tiny, but
yeah, whatever works.
And we don't have to stay focused on talking about comics. We could.
It's comic book day.
It's comic book day.
I know. What else is there then? So this comic book day. What is your favorite margarita for Cinco de Mayo? You know what I actually had the other day, which is now, I guess, coming to restaurants? We made one at my friend's house. And then we went to Chili's and they had it. It's a Corona Rita. You make a margarita, and then you basically get those tiny Coronas. They're the smaller version.
The Coronitas.
Yeah, say it again?
Coronitas.
Yeah, I said, I butchered it. It was like Corona Rita.
People can't roll their R's.
Yeah. So and then you tip it over and you put it in, and it's just...
And you leave it sitting there?
And it was delicious. And now I feel like that's going to be all over the floor today at every bar you go to.
I went to, it was my mom's birthday about 2 months ago, and I went down to New York City and I took my mom to this place. Well, it was my cousin's suggestion. We went to this place called BBQ's, and I saw someone with that. I saw someone with a Corona.
The Corona Rita.
Corona Rita.
Well, you guys probably say it better.
Yeah, because in Spanish, if anything that's small,
Ida,
you add Ida, or Ida's female, Ito's boy. So
Gordita,
which is fat.
Then
little
oxy,
fat
girl. Isn't that a little oxymoron there?
Little fat girl.
So if you go to Taco Bell and you get a Gordita Crunch, you're having a little fat girl.
A crunchy little fat girl.
Crunchy little fat girl. So enjoy.
And then, the funny thing is that my brother, his name is Robert, but he's Robert Jr., so he was Little Robert, which technically would be...
Gordito? No.
Rabito? But my brother's nickname was just Ito. That was his nickname. And
it's a little.
He hates that name.
Hey, Ito.
Ito. And my brother hates that name so much. And, I remember once,
It's better than big, I guess. Huge.
Alright, what's this? Everyone gets a discount. Oh, for God.
Give account of himself to God. A bunch of little kids holding a sign.
Religious signs. Oh, my goodness.
Now they're pimping out the little kids. Usually you see the adults.
Well, you gotta brainwash them while they're young.
I thought it was like a Little League car wash, but...
Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw signs and I said...
Usually that's what it is.
I saw something that said discount, so I thought it was... It's not hot, but it's a warm, sunny May afternoon, and I saw kids carry signs, and I saw something with a discount. I thought it was a
fundraiser.
A car wash.
Usually they have them out there.
The what they call those Little League. What do they call it?
Boy Scouts, and then they got Little League.
It's Little League, but I could have sworn Papa John's, not Papa John's or something.
That's a pizza place. Papa John's giving car wash. Now they're just, I guess, putting the religious kids out there.
It was kids with...
Spreading the word.
Wow.
Somebody got pulled over, not us.
Ooh,
you know what? We should try and get pulled over and then interview a cop. Here we go. We're going through a yellow.
And there's a cop pulled a guy over there.
We just went by two.
Two guys?
Are we involved in something? Are we in the middle of a crime scene? We can do an interview and be on our news or something.
Look, I've been pulled over by Rochester cops, and they have
not friendly?
They have not been kind to me. And
even when you got this bumper sticker.
I was a correction officer. My brother's a sergeant in NYPD, but
he's got the Support New York. The police organization. They didn't.
The Fraternal Order of Police.
Really?
But
usually, I feel like they're
anybody
lenient.
with $2.50 can have a Fraternal Order of Police sticker. So.
So it's not credible anymore.
That usually doesn't...
Well, in New York City, didn't they... I know a few people, and I don't know how it works, but I know a few people who, like, either they were related to cops or they were really good friends, and they had... I don't know what the name of the card was, but I want to...
PBA card.
Oh, I was going to say PBS for whatever reason. Yeah, so do they only do that in New York City, or...
Well, I guess because New York City, there's more unity amongst the officers there. And now, mind you, New York City...
Because I've never heard of anybody up here having one.
Oh, really?
And I even asked some people who, my friend, his dad's one.
Yeah,
he's like, no, I don't have one. And
well, since my brother's a cop and everything, there's a thing called the PBA card. And the PBA is the Police Benevolent Association, and it's something that all the cops belong to, and it's not it's a union, but it's not like a union. It's a union where it's kind of like a brotherhood.
Yeah.
And
a fraternity.
And they run charity events with police officers, and people can donate. And what happens is when you donate money, they give you the card.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
I just thought you had to be like related or something.
Well, because what happens is every officer gets.
You get so many?
You get like 4 or 5
That's
cards at the beginning of the year. So, and the funny thing is that since they're so scarce, obviously you're not going to just give them to your buddy.
Right.
But then again, cops, cops, if all your friends are cops anyway, then you have extra cards to just hand out. So, you get pulled over.
I was in,
And the magic word is, you have to say, I know somebody on the job.
Yeah. Well, I was a friend from college. Here's another one. We went by 3 right now.
3 cops pulled people over.
Pulled one car. Okay. And we're all just on the one road.
Yeah.
Within a couple miles. In college, we got pulled over for speeding, and a buddy of mine, he had the PBA card. He gave it with the license, and then he just got a parking ticket out of it all.
Yeah,
So I was like, wow, how do I get one of those magic things?
Well, it's,
and what can I do illegally to get out of?
Well, it also depends on the cop also, because you're totally throwing yourself on the mercy of the cop.
Like, they could be a total dick and be like, I don't care.
Yeah, what you're basically saying is, please, I have a friend that's a police officer, much like yourself. Can you have some mercy? Now, I've had some dick cops where they're like, like when I was a correction officer, they're like, oh, well, if you're in law enforcement, so you should know better.
Right,
and so that's, when someone tells you that, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
Now, I've been pulled over for speeding, and I've had guys curse me out. I mean, say everything. And
why? Because you were...
Because I was a correctional, what the fuck is your problem? You should know better. And, they
beat you too?
Yeah, well, no, they don't beat you. But they'll verbally berate you, but they won't give you a ticket.
Oh,
and let me tell you, to get out of a ticket...
I'd rather have that.
You could talk about my mama. If talk about if my insurance doesn't have to go up and you're not going to give me points on my license...
You can say whatever you want.
You could talk about my mama. I'll give you some things to say about my mama. And so, I've had guys...
You can taser me for all I care.
I've had guys, berate me. What the fuck is it? And don't get me wrong. I mean, it's everybody wins. I mean, the guy's probably having a shitty night. He curses me out. He feels better. I don't get the ticket. I feel better. And, now sometimes they do have to give you a ticket. Now, it really depends. Like, if it's a highway cop.
Okay.
Because the highway cops tend to more likely...
Is that the state, or does it...
The state, but, I'm more used to New York City. New York actually... NYPD actually has its own division of highway cops.
Did not know that.
Yeah. And, well, the NYPD is the 7th largest army in the world. As for organized forces.
Yeah.
So the funny thing is, there are more NYPD cops than some countries have soldiers in their army.
That's nuts.
Yeah, and that's because
that is crazy.
Before I was a correctional officer, I was an auxiliary police officer at NYPD, and so
big shot.
So the highway cops tend to have a little camera going on in their dashboard.
Okay.
So when they stop a car, they have to give.
Oh, okay.
They have to because
they're being recorded.
They can't pull you over for something and then
say okay.
Say okay. So
is it true? Because I've heard on like those True TV cop shows, they do like parking wars. Maybe it's not even True TV, but they do like parking wars, and it's like once they start writing a ticket, they can't rip it up.
Yeah, they can't. They can.
Okay.
They can.
That's why I was like, well, what if it really wasn't? Like, what if it wasn't their fault or whatever? They really did have a good excuse.
Well,
now they have to give the ticket.
It's
Probably just looks
it's getting
bad.
harder for cops now because I've been pulled over by cops now that everything is computerized.
Right.
You know, they scan your driver's license. You know, once they put in your license plate number, it's all digital.
Right.
So I mean, you know, I guess people have gotten wise to the whole, because the cops always had an option of throwing it.
Here's another one. 2 of them.
Oh.
2 cops around this other SUV. We are surrounded today on Comic Book Day.
I hope this isn't an arrest podcast.
Yeah. Security is beefed up for Comic Book Day, and whoever's listening, might need to bail us out later. So just save your pennies. We'll give you the address. You just come get us.
Just note to self: control the road rage today.
I know.
Stay calm. Don't.
And it's just on this one road, Lake Ave, the comic book street.
And
this street's always crazy, though. I feel like there's always cops around here. Because there's just always people walking around. Like this one.
Well, this is... And that's the one thing I've always blew my mind about Rochester, is that they misspelled... Well, I guess...
What they misspell now?
It's spelled right, but pronounced wrong. Like, okay, right now we're entering, I guess, an area called Charlotte. And it's Charlotte.
Charlotte. I took a picture by the sign. It says, I forget what it says, but I took a picture and tagged it that I was in North Carolina. Oh, here it is.
Okay, so
this used to be, I've been to the pizza place this one used to be Piazza's. They used to have the big slices. And I was here.
All right. Oh boy, I gotta sneeze. All right. So
Boogers on the mic.
I guess we're gonna pause and then just come back. Alright, stop it. And we're back.
1 comic store down.
1 comic store down, 5 to go, maybe 6 to go if we decide to go crazy.
A little wild.
So,
what did you end up getting?
I ended up getting... It's going to be the event for this summer. It's Avengers versus X-Men #1. And my mentality is I'm going to spread the love around, not buy all my comics in one place.
GPS signal lost.
Oh, okay. And my GPS signal lost.
We're not going to make it to the second place. The GPS lost us.
And...
So now he's going to go buy the second one.
So, like, what I'll do is I'll buy different comics in different places, because you can't really, even though it's free comic book day, you can't just come into these places and just say, hey, give me a free comic.
I would.
You have to at least buy...
They have a lot in there.
Now, the guy, that was a pretty steep collection of comics, and the guy was really nice to me, because I picked up 2 comics. It was Transformers... Regeneration 1, which is interesting because I know they used to refer to them as Generation 1. Now it's called Regeneration 1. And a Star Wars comic with Han Solo and Chewbacca.
He had to. He couldn't resist.
I couldn't resist. I was like, look, I only have 2 options of comics. I asked the guy, I said, can I pick up at least 2? He said, yeah. And then he actually gave me another one, which was a DC New 52, because it's also catching people up, because what DC did is DC, to make life a little more accessible to new fans, they rebooted every franchise.
Oh, okay.
But for the fans that have been there for years, they're mad because, like, look, I've been following all this stuff all these years, and now you're just gonna say that
you can't piss off your followers.
But they're trying to get in new followers, so.
So forget the old. Forget you guys.
And so he said that Jim Lee, who's this incredible artist, did a spread in the middle. I haven't even opened these.
We literally just got in the car.
I'll look at them when I have time. And
yeah, but he said there was a big spread in the middle.
He said that
some spread.
There's a spread in the middle.
It's like a Playboy. I was like, wait, what?
Drawn by Jim Lee, and he was really impressed by it. He had, we just came, like I said, we just left All Heroes. They pretty much had a whole bunch of free comic book day stuff, and
yeah, they had a lot of.
I just didn't want to be greedy, so I grabbed 2 books. He offered me the 3rd one, I took it, and so.
Now I was thinking, because I'm a little weird, you know, is there like kind of like dirty comics, like sexual, explicit?
And there's definitely ones available.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was part of the comic book era.
Yeah, no, there's But most of these places, they'll have them off to the side, you know.
Right.
Have them,
covered.
Yeah, they have them covered and.
Oh, I didn't know if they got that creepy.
Yeah. Oh, and especially when it comes to like anime themed comics, like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Or Japanese. Well, the Japanese they call it manga.
Yeah.
MANGA. The manga comic books. They get
real
not only
freaky.
do they get dirty, they get like ridiculous, like
And are the drawings good?
Yeah.
Are they accurate?
Like a monster with 8 dicks or something
there
like
you
that.
go.
I never.
That's scary in itself. I'm terrified. I wouldn't know what to do.
A woman having sex with a tentacle and.
That's scary. You don't know.
That's a reoccurring theme too. I'm not even joking when I say about the tentacle rape.
It's coming from every angle.
Yeah.
You can't get away.
It's quite unique.
It's definitely unique.
You know, the thing is not. I mean, I can understand just regular sexual stuff, but
right.
That stuff.
But when you get
on weird.
it's a little too creative for me. Might pass on the 8 tentacles.
But as for like the free comics, obviously that's
it's
all.
Not
there's no sex
PG-13. Just handing out Playboys for you guys.
Yeah, because I guess and you saw as we went there it was parents with their kids.
Yeah.
And
there were some little girls in there with the dad.
So
they were going to get a Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
You know, he's trying to get them indoctrinated, and that's how it works. I mean, kind of like those kids, those religious kids holding up the sign.
Get them when they're young. It all comes back.
I mean, my daughter's too young to appreciate it, but she has a Batman T-shirt, she has a Superman T-shirt. You know, I want her.
She's getting ready for it.
I want her to appreciate the aesthetic of comic books. You know, and
what was she for Halloween?
No, well, for the past 2 years, she's been a rabbit.
Okay.
Because rabbit's her nickname.
Oh, all right. So every year she's going to be a rabbit.
Yeah.
Real diverse.
Well, Well, the first year, the first year was a full-blown bunny outfit, and then this last Halloween, it was just
ears.
Bunny ears. And then since it was around Halloween, I bought this really cool. It was a sweater that had like a rib cage on it. So I was like, she's a dead rabbit.
Real nice.
Ears and a rib cage sweater.
You know what, honey? You're going to be a dead rabbit this year. We're going to learn about death.
One year you're a rabbit, next year you're a dead rabbit.
They don't live that long. Sorry. Every year it's like an animal, then the next year it's dead.
Oh my God, that reminds me of okay.
Is this going to be scary?
This is a horrible story. Well, it's not. Well, I guess scary depending on.
Morbid? Is it going to be a morbid story?
Yeah. I had. There was a girl I was trying to impress, and we went to this street fair up in the Bronx, probably like a stone's throw away from Yankee Stadium.
Okay.
And
nice area.
It was a little street fair, and they had this. They had these. It was a game of ducks, these mechanical ducks. And you had to throw the ring around the duck, but it had to be around the bill, like really around the ring of the. I mean, that was the whole. Because it was very easy to get the ring over the duck's head,
right?
But if the ring was still on the duck's bill, it didn't count. It had to be around the duck's neck. So I had
you were showing off.
So now the funny thing was, well, not funny, is you could either win a baby duck or a baby rabbit.
They shouldn't be giving
livestock.
Yeah.
And
here's a cow.
And here's and this is the South Bronx. These people are not ready for
These
livestock.
people are not taking care of these animals. This isn't happening.
And so
that's just wrong.
I won the girl a baby rabbit.
Oh Lord.
And so, she took it home or whatever, and then that night she called me crying, there's something wrong with the rabbit. The rabbit had like an eye infection.
Ew.
And was scraping the side of its head against the floor to scratch its eye. And so it was, and now mind you, while she's calling me, I can hear the thing screaming in the back.
Oh my God.
I feel horrible. It's not funny. But, and then they had to take it to this 24-hour vet, and the thing just died anyway. Like when they took it. And
so they're giving away basically infected animals.
Because I guess
that's probably why they got them.
It's like these gypsy things, So in between stops, they would just throw all these animals in a bin or something like that.
Aww. is awful.
pure, animal cruelty, and I didn't, now that I think about it.
What the hell did you hang out with?
I never, no, but it was the carnival people.
Yeah, right.
The girl I was trying to see.
It was your friends.
And,
your friend's backyard.
I just felt so bad because she called me, and I just hear this thing.
She's watching an animal die, pretty much. So things didn't work out between you two?
No, not really.
Who would have thought? Oh.
So speaking of
and now your daughter's a dead rabbit for Halloween.
Scrape your head against the ground.
Yeah,
baby.
scrape your head. Go ahead. Got a little itch there?
A little realistic.
Make sure you put makeup by the eye. You're like, yeah, she had an eye infection. It's like that dead rabbit I got my ex. It's awful. Yeah, like the goldfish. I think they stopped giving away those now. Or no, is that still going on?
Still having,
you know how they give away the goldfish?
Yeah, last year
whatever.
we went to, the big thing up here was the Lilac Festival.
Yeah.
And,
I've never gone. Yes.
Jesus
for
Christ.
the 26 years I've lived, there's a cup over there.
I don't even live in Rochester. And this year will be like
that's
the
like
year
the thing to do,
Festival.
and I've been here for 26 years, never. My parents have gone multiple times. I don't know. Not really into it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
was it fun?
It's fun. It's carnival atmosphere.
Yeah, I've been to different festivals, but
yeah, because up here
like
the big thing is the big thing is the lilac trees and
it's lilac. That's how we pronounce it here.
Lilac?
Yeah.
Not lilac?
No. I've heard people say lilac, and I'm like, what?
Okay.
What festival did you go to? I've never gone. Are the lilacs beautiful?
They're beautiful because
everything and more.
It's always it should be sometime in the next week or
coming up. Yeah,
it's always the beginning of May.
Yeah,
and the
maybe we'll go.
The lilacs.
I call it lilacs. That's what I thought it was.
The lilacs.
I don't know. I've never gone, so I guess I don't have a say.
I always called it lilac. I don't know. That's how it's.
It's just pronounced that way. Yeah.
Up here or not.
Right.
Like
we're gonna be going to a town close by Gates here, and it's spelled like chili, pronounced chili.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Chili.
It's our own world up here.
And Avon, which it's Avon, like the Avon lady. Everyone calls it Avon. I say Avon. Chili.
There's Leroy.
Oh, there's
Leroy, but it's pronounced Leroy. I still call it Leroy.
Well, I knew a kid that
Leroy.
called himself Leroy, and I was like, man, you're fucking Leroy.
Hoity-toity. Stop trying to change it. Leroy. Yeah. We like to do things different up here.
Well,
it's our own language.
At the Lilac Festival,
they have goldfish?
They had the goldfish. You throw the ping pong ball
and you get a goldfish. Yeah.
And it was, I was there with my stepson, and so he wanted to play, and so actually he won a goldfish, I won a goldfish. Actually, altogether we won 4 goldfish altogether. And
so you just walk around all day with this fish?
Yeah,
that's what I find obnoxious. Then you got to walk around with this bag.
And then, well, see, that's how they get you. Is that at the booth, you can win the goldfish when you get the thing in the prize, but then they sell you the goldfish food for like $5. So that's their markup. Like, oh,
gotta eat.
You want to keep your prize alive? Here's this upmarked.
You want to scar your kid watching that fish die?
So we won 4 goldfish, and so I got home and I had this old Tupperware that I wasn't going to use anymore, so we made it into a fish bowl.
Beautiful aquarium.
And then, the kid, boys being boys,
started everything.
He took the fish out of the bowl with his bare hands, and it died. It's boys being boys. I mean, I don't think he wasn't trying to be malicious. But
so you think?
So I think. I mean, boys. I mean, well, shit. I remember growing up. Oh boy.
Oh no. Here we go. How many animals have you killed?
Let's talk about animal cruelty.
Yeah.
Well, once again, nothing.
Here we go. Here comes the truth.
Nothing I was involved in.
Yeah.
Right next to where I used to live, a block away, there was an old abandoned hospital, which actually
that's creepy.
Coincidentally, was the place that my mom used to work at when she was like 18, 19 years old. And it was called Gouverneur Hospital, and it was, and now they repurposed it, they rebuilt it. Now it's actually like a homeless shelter. But the kids on Halloween used to go up on the roof, and since it was an old abandoned building, they used to have like all these cats, and they used to throw the cats off the roof.
That is just sick.
Yeah.
Who came up with that?
Like, and then sometimes they used to throw the cats. They used to light them on fire and throw them off the roof. And I'm not trying to be like amusing here. I'm just saying people are fucking cruel.
Like, who comes up with that, and then who wants to follow?
Yeah.
Like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. And that is awful.
And right around...
And I'm not a cat person, and I feel that that's awful.
Right around the hospital, there was a security fence, a spiked fence. So from what I understand, it was a game to throw the cats off the roof, and if you got the cat on the spikes, like that was like extra points. It was fucking pure...
Who was in your neighborhood?
Wicked fucking cruelty. I'm not promoting it. I'm just reporting.
Just telling you what happened.
So yeah, and I remember.
So they're probably like, do you know any of their names? Because they might be in jail right now.
Oh, I know it was the neighbor
for killing their families.
It was the neighbors' boys. I mean, I didn't really know their name because they were all older than me, but
yeah, they're probably in jail right now.
You know, lost boys.
Yeah, right. Oh, that is just wrong. I don't get it. I don't know, but we've gone by a couple tattoo places. We can get one later. You want?
I think I've run out of space for tattoos on my arm. Oh no, shit! If I had the money, I'd get a.
What would you get?
Tattoo in a heartbeat. What would I get? Well, seeing that I have like all like Metallica themed tattoos, I'd probably get like another Metallica themed.
I don't know. I don't have any, but I didn't even know what I would ever get.
Because the latest album is Death Magnetic, which is basically it's the hole dug out of the ground, you know, like the shape of a casket.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I would probably get something like that done.
On your lower back? Nice Metallica tramp stamp. No, was that a no?
It would probably be somewhere. I mean, I have a little space on my arm, but
so no lower back.
Yeah, no, men don't get lower back. Straight men don't.
Straight men. I was gonna say some do. Nice lower back tat. And what is the comic book store that we're coming up to next?
Well, my GPS decided to stop working, but we're going to First Print Comics.
Have you ever been to this one? Or?
I'm pretty sure I've been there. My GPS has decided to stop working.
Well, of course. It's technology, you know.
And
it's by or is it on Buffalo Road?
It's on Buffalo Road.
We're by there.
But I'm looking for Howard Road. I think we're coming up on it. Oh no, this is Long Pond. Where the hell is Long Pond by Howard? I think I might have gone a little too far.
We need to get there. They should have like well, at night they could probably do it with the spotlights in the air. Just have it, people follow that. You have to do the Batman symbol or something.
It's probably wise if I just freaking reset my phone. Okay, yeah, Long Pond. Okay, so actually, I need to go back.
You know, might only get to one comic book store today. Wah, wah.
Yeah.
And I've been reading recently, I know we've talked about it a few times, the whole, because you're very into technology, the whole hologram thing.
Yeah.
I just don't get, now they're going to do TLC, as confirmed. Remember TLC? You gotta. They're going to have, what's her name, the one that passed away?
Left Eye.
Left Eye. They're going to do
Left Eye Lopez.
A summer to, I believe it's summer, of her, with her TLC, all of them together. And her is the hologram.
Well, I was reading a thing. Did I talk about this on another episode about how like it's a hologram, but it's not really a hologram?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I was.
So it's a fake hologram.
It's not really a hologram. That Tupac thing was not really a hologram. It was a hologram, but not
a true hologram.
Yeah, it was a projection. Oh boy! Basically, the projector for Tupac was under the stage.
Okay.
And then it was reflected off this like almost transparent silver threaded.
Okay, like on the stage?
Yeah. So imagine like a curtain at 45 degrees and the camera actually under the stage shooting up at this and you know, of course it's compensated so at our angle it looks like normal size, but it was actually all warped from their point of view. And so So even though it was a, here we go, Howard Road, yay. So even though it was a hologram, it wasn't
the true.
It wasn't a true hologram.
Well, I mean, what's next is people are just gonna, record themselves once on this hologram thing, and then never tour. It's just gonna be their hologram vision. Then they don't ever have to tour themselves. Like, they can get out of shape because they already have this image of them that goes on tour. Well, and, like Justin Bieber, he could do it.
Okay, we did talk about that, like how these guys. Well, okay, we were talking about how, like, guys are not raw anymore.
Oh, right,
like,
yeah.
Like, I love how the Tupac one was, like, Tupac when he's still, like, thug.
Right.
When...
But nowadays, if
no
it was
doubt,
true...
if Tupac was still alive, he probably would have sold out by now. And
he probably would have been looking like that.
He probably would have been, like, he'd probably have, like, a show on ABC, like, My Wife and Kids or something like that.
Him and Ice-T.
Yeah, or at least, at the very least, a reality show. He presents Thug Life. Tupac's Thug Life. And it'd been him
Snoop Dogg had one, and it was just like him chilling at home.
Snoop Dogg. I mean, Ice-T has a fucking reality show, and he had a fucking album called Cop Killer. You know what I'm saying? Not to mention that he plays a cop now on TV.
They're so domesticated now.
What's not to say that Tupac,
he wouldn't be like that.
the same Tupac with his shirt off, and
being all badass and thug life.
Yeah, and so it's gonna be the same thing with Left Eye,
right?
And because I know you were telling me that
they were Michael Jackson as well, and then we didn't know if they were gonna do black Michael Jackson or white, or who knows what they were gonna do, and Elvis. Were they going to do the fat Elvis or the skinny Elvis?
I was talking about that earlier, is that they wanted to do Elvis, or people were thinking about using this technology for Elvis, but would it be fat Elvis or skinny Elvis?
Which one do they choose to use?
Because if you want to be true, don't be cruel, be true,
Sing it!
If you wanted to keep it real, it would be fat Elvis.
I know. But that wouldn't be a crowd pleaser.
It was kind of like, do you remember, like, when they were trying to figure out the stamps? There was the Elvis stamps.
Oh, yeah. And they didn't know which one?
They didn't know if they wanted fat Elvis or skinny Elvis.
See, it's going to cause a whole chaotic thing. People don't know what to do for this new hologram.
You could have one night of fat Elvis.
Yeah, exactly.
And one night of skinny Elvis.
Sell out on both. And then he could do one Michael Jackson black, one Michael Jackson white. See,
the real fans...
We got to get in on this hologram stuff.
The real fans would go both nights.
Oh, of course.
But, it would be...
Then they would do Biggie, of course, because that's what they're going to do.
You could do Biggie and Tupac together.
Biggie and Tupac.
Like a unified,
Nobody's ever on stage. It's just these holograms. Biggie, Tupac. We can resurrect a whole bunch of people. Be a reunion tour. Memoriam tour.
Oh, I went in the wrong direction.
We're going by Gates Motel.
We're going to the Gates Hotel, the Happy Hooker Hotel.
It has a jacuzzi and water beds. And it looks cozy. I don't know.
I've been here before.
No. For what? By the hour?
Yeah, this is...
Did you pay for the hour?
3 hours for like $35.
Cheap. It looks decent.
We went in the wrong direction. Once I started realizing this road was getting a little more familiar, I'm like, I think we're going in the wrong direction.
By the hour. It doesn't say anything about cable.
Oh, there's cable in the room.
Oh, there is. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's got it. It's hooked up. Yeah, it's a nice area. It's a nice area for a comic book store.
Well, no,
we went the wrong way.
Yeah, exactly. We went the wrong direction. Which the funny thing is, if you go up this road, and it's said that I know this, you go up this road, you're going to pass by the courthouse.
Oh, God.
The Gates courthouse.
How convenient. How convenient.
Yeah, so, like, nowadays... Now, I think, if I understood it correctly, they said that Tupac hologram cost, like, $400,000.
Really? I didn't
or maybe it's just the equipment. Maybe
I'm sure it's not cheap, yeah.
Like, the equipment's $400,000. Which, I mean, I don't know. How much does somebody get paid? Like, I mean, the Tupac thing, I can understand because it's showing off the technology.
Right.
It was, it was broadcast all over the internet.
It looked awesome.
So the company that made it, it was a commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Look what we can do.
Does someone like... Okay, I mean, now, of course, it would make sense that if Elvis was alive today and was touring, if he made $400,000 on the tour, then it's okay.
Then you're going to make it back.
But, like, and an Elvis probably would make $400,000. Would a fucking Lisa
Left Eye Lopez and TLC?
We're recording here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Would a Lisa Left Eye Lopez?
I mean, they haven't come out with new songs in like 12 years.
But I don't know. Maybe
would that be a huge tour?
Do they make that kind of money? I mean, you always see these musicians in the cribs, the show cribs,
right?
These beautiful houses. I mean, I guess.
And then next week they're if filing Chapter 11.
If she does make that kind of money, then I guess okay, fine. But
I know if you're gonna make it back, go ahead.
But that's horrible. That I don't know. Sometimes the dead should stay dead. I don't know.
Let's leave them alone. Let them rest in peace.
I don't know how to feel about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've confirmed that they're doing. I think it's this summer or maybe the fall that TLC is going to go on tour and do that. So that might be the first attempt at doing this Resurrecting of the Dead tour. Then that's just going to be one tour in itself, Resurrecting the Dead.
It's going to be all
anybody. Yeah.
It's going to be all
the Rat Pack's gonna be back.
It's gonna be all there's all those musicians that died at 27.
Right.
There's gonna be Jimi Hendrix, Kurt Cobain. Who's the other ones?
They're gonna have Janis Joplin. John Lennon.
Did John Lennon die at 27?
I don't know how old he was.
Okay.
The comic book store is calling us.
All right. So.
We are pulling into the comic book store now.
Is it around here? It definitely looks familiar.
I was just going to say that. Stop recording. We are right around, I think, Home Depot area, aren't we?
Yeah, this is.
For all your home good needs. You can do it, they can help.
And, oh boy.
And we will.
Not too far. Jesus Christ.
It's probably a little hole in the wall.
Yeah. Let me just pull up here.
And we will be back and let you know what we find.
Yeah.
Okay,
and we're back. I guess this would be part 3.
Just coming out of First Print Comics.
First Print Comics, and
Is this your first time in this one?
It's the first time I've been in this one, and I've been to a couple other free comic book days before, but the guy just said that they've been here about a year. I think a year and a month. They said. I think they had a different location. But they're
it's like a finished basement.
Yeah, it's like behind the building. The entrance is in the back
of an Allstate insurance agency.
Yeah, the front is Allstate. Thank goodness, my GPS has the street view, because at least my street view said that this is
the building.
Yeah.
So that was stop 2. We got 4 more to go.
Yeah.
And what's the next one?
The next stop is Hammer Girl.
Hammer Girl?
Hammer Girl.
That is not a nickname you want in high school.
Well, it's Hammer Girl.
It doesn't sound right.
But I've been there before. They cater more towards
the anime
and stuff like that. I mean, they may have free comics.
I like this place we were just at, and you know why?
What's that?
Free donuts.
Yeah, they had. Well, most comic book places will have out a plate of cookies. They'll have a plate of.
The first place didn't sell me because there was no little treat, but they did have a fan.
Yeah.
So that was nice. This place had a nice little.
Well, we went
little
in there,
donut holes.
Maybe 3 customers besides us in there. Yeah. A guy popped in.
A girl came in.
Yeah, when we left, another girl was coming out by herself. So
twins came in.
See, guys, there's no it's not
She was probably in her late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, so it's not all guys.
This is like a secret cult. I feel like I'm in a underground investigation, watching all these comics.
Today we go deep inside.
And now deep inside the comic world. Yeah. I feel like I'm doing something illegal.
Why would I just get free comics? It doesn't.
So Hammer Girl, here we come.
Hammer Girl, and I guess I guess that does sound like an anime. Hammer Girl.
Sounds like just doesn't sound right. Let's put it that way. Yeah, The Adventures of Hammer Girl. Oh God, it's gonna revolve around that.
And we actually
8 dick thing.
The funny thing is, once we went into the comic book store, I actually had a conversation with the guys about Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yeah, and they're talking about these child shows, and there's a Yo Gabba Gabba book. You grabbed one, right?
I grabbed the Yo Gabba Gabba book, an Avengers book, and a Spider-Man book.
They're talking about Yo Gabba Gabba, the songs.
Because I saw that it was their last Avengers book.
So you had to grab it.
I was kind of worried that now that we're getting a little deeper in the afternoon, that it'll probably be harder to find that Avengers book, because I know since that's probably like the big thing this year.
Do they watch you, keep a close eye on you while you're grabbing the free ones?
I think they do, because they just don't want you to be,
I mean, I'd take one of each if I could.
A total pig. Oh, yeah, I mean, I don't know. So far, everyone's been polite.
Yeah.
There's
a certain respect.
The store that I was looking for was around here.
No.
The other one that's not on my list this year, and not that guy was rude, but like he had all his free comics behind. He had them behind the counter in a bag already, and you had to ask him for it.
Who? Oh, at another place
At another
here?
store that's not.
Oh.
It's not.
I was gonna say that didn't happen.
It's not on the list this year. But like, and he's done it the past 2 years where I was looking around. Now, mind you, when I was looking around for the comics, another kid asked him, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I have them back here." And that's like kind of cheesy, but but also, like I said, the guy asked us, "How do we find the place?" And we said we found him from the free comic book day website. Now, he was kind of handcuffed to buy certain comic books, whether he wanted to or not, because if you don't buy a certain amount, they won't even put you on the website. So, I bought a X-Men versus Avengers variant cover, issue number 2, and usually it goes for $4. I bought for $5.
$4.25 or $5.25.
Yeah.
Let's use the debit. A little bit of a splurge.
And it's even though it's free comics, it's not free for the comic book stores. And
yeah, you had to buy, what do you say, 25 of the Yo Gabba Gabba?
Yeah, I had to buy 25.
Out of all of them, the Yo Gabba Gabba.
They do buy them at a reduced price, but I mean, that you're kind of handcuffed by this commission. Like, once again, maybe there's other comic book stores in this area that do have free comic book day today, but they're not on the website because they probably didn't order the minimum.
Right, yeah. Like the guy, is that the one where he had him behind the counter? Is he still open, or?
That's the whole thing.
Oh, he wasn't on the list.
He wasn't on the list, and I mean, I guess I could just look up comic book stores in Rochester, but I think six destinations is.
I think that's suffice. Right? You think that's good enough?
Dragging you along, I'm dragging the kid along. Trust me, if it was by myself, I probably would go to all the other places.
How late are they open till?
Most comic book stores, it's a Saturday, so they should be open till at least 8, 9, 10 o'clock.
They're wild.
I know the one in Manhattan. My favorite one, not my favorite spot, but the place I currented the most was St. Mark's Comics, and they close at midnight.
It's a huge place, isn't it? Like,
well
known.
It's well known, yeah. St. Mark's Comics is like, it's the size of my bedroom in there.
Right. But it's pretty famous.
It's pretty famous, and like a lot of people. The funny thing is that a lot of people have worked there over the years, like between like friends and people that are like into comics, like it's almost like a rite of passage to work there. Have you ever worked there? No, but
was that your dream job?
The only reason I haven't worked there is because as much as I know comics, I don't know comics.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? The people who work there are people who really know. The guy will come in and I'll look at him like he got 10 heads, and I'm a nerd, but I'm not
the nerd.
Yeah, I'm not as much as a nerd as some of these other people. I kind of spread my nerdiness around. I don't
different areas of nerdiness.
Yeah, I don't stay focused on comics. I mean, as much as I would like to, and it also comes down to just me not having money. I mean, if I had money, I probably would have. Because a lot of what these comic book places do is for their real loyal customers, they have what's called a pull list.
Okay.
And like they know I'm guaranteed to buy certain books. I can tell them, and as soon as the shipment comes in, they pull them
for you, right?
And they, they'll have a little together in one little package, and I show up, and I just, and some places, I could either, automatically have them charge my credit card, or just
like a secret gang.
Well, no, not a secret gang. It's
everybody's looking out for each other.
Customer loyalty, and when you got fair weather fans like myself who only show up on free comic book day.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to take care of your loyal customers where they go, okay, look, Joe Blow's going to get, X-Men number 350, and whatever. And so they pull them all out.
What's the most expensive comic book? Like,
there's
not like that you could sell. Isn't there like one?
Well, there's ones that go for like $75,000.
And what's that one, like Spider-Man, like first edition or something?
It was one. Oh boy, I want to say one called like Red Rocket, and it was
That's not a nice name.
I think it was. Yeah, I could have sworn it. Maybe I'm confusing it with like a movie or something.
With some movie that I saw.
And because it was like it's one of like the earliest comics, like before Superman, before Spider-Man, before.
First was Red Rocket.
Well, no, I know like shit. Like Nicolas Cage has like a first print Superman.
How is he? How are his comics?
Well,
they have him.
Well, remember I think he got robbed or something like that, or someone robbed the warehouse where he had his comic books.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Poor guy. He can't catch a break.
There was trouble. There was also a couple months ago. There was this guy who, I guess the nicest way to put it is a socially awkward guy.
Okay.
He was working in a store with this other guy, and the socially awkward guy had a very, very valuable collection of comics. His coworker shows up at the house with his girlfriend. The girlfriend sits there and talks to the socially awkward guy while his coworker goes down to the basement and
just takes it,
robs him blind.
That's so mean.
And so,
did they catch the guy, or was it
I think they know who it is. I don't know if they caught him yet, or maybe they did. But
they'd flee to Mexico with these comics. Where were they going? Poor guy. It's like, he spent his whole life.
And they finally get a girl to like.
I know.
And pay attention to him.
Poor thing.
I missed the exit.
Jefferson Road's down here, isn't it? For Hammer Girl? Should just be a sign, Hammer Girl exit.
Hammer Girl. Shit, I did miss the exit.
Just can't get it right. It's technology, it's the GPS, it's not us.
It's gonna drive me right into a pond.
Right, yeah.
You ever see that episode
of The Office? Yeah. It says to go straight! No, turn, I've been this way. He goes right into the water. It's like an inch deep and he's pretending to drown. Technology is ruining us. Let's see, where are we? We're lost again. We're either going to end up in some podunk town around hillbillies that are just going to come after us, or we're going to be in a jail cell by the end with all of our comics. Reading Yo Gabba Gabba. Well, Jefferson's down this way.
Yeah, that's...
We're going to make it, Hammer Girl.
Have you ever seen Judgement Night?
No.
Yeah, Judgment Night's about these guys who rent a Delaware. Okay, here we go. We're passing by Monroe County Jail. Unfortunately, I'm familiar with this place also.
Uh-oh. That's where we're going to end up later.
They rent a bus to go to this fight, a professional boxing match, like in Atlantic City.
Okay.
And they're stuck in traffic because all these people are trying to get to the fight. So they decide to get off the highway, and they're like in the most fucked up,
like Hills Have Eyes.
But urban. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they come across like this one guy they hit, and when they stop to look at the body, it turns out that the guy's bleeding, but not because they hit him. He's bleeding because he was shot.
Oh.
And like he witnessed some crazy drug deal kind of thing, and the drug dealers, and actually the main drug dealer is played by Dennis Leary, the comedian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's so nuts.
So whenever
the main drug dealer.
So whenever I get lost, I always
think of that. When did that come out?
Ooh, I'd say 94, 95.
So it's on VHS, yeah.
It's because also the soundtrack, the Judgment Night soundtrack is like the most awesome soundtrack because it's all heavy metal. Oh, okay. It's all heavy metal and hip hop bands combining.
Rap.
Yeah, like it has Ice-T and Slayer, and I'm not even kidding. Okay. Cypress Hill and Pearl Jam, Run DMC and this band called Dinosaur Jr.
You met Run DMC.
Well, I met their bodyguards.
Are you looking for Jefferson?
Yeah, it's telling me to turn here.
Oh, I was going to say.
Well, yeah, I know Jefferson. I think this gets me a little further closer to...
We'll make it, Hammer Girl. We're coming for you.
My reliance on technology.
Yeah. It says to go straight.
Ah, shit. Because, Google's working on they already have it. It's a self-driving car.
Of course.
And it's going to
you just type in the address?
You type in, and actually they have a video online of a guy that's blind.
Using it?
Using it, yeah.
What does the car look like?
It's like a Prius, but it has like, and only, it has like extra sensors obviously around it, because it has like sensors in the front so it doesn't like kill the car in front of you. It has sensors like it could park itself.
I don't know if I trust it. If something goes, already if something goes wrong with my phone, or like the GPS, you're lost, whatever. Now I'm putting my life in the car's hand.
Yeah, that's a little, I think
that's extreme.
But
there's a power outage.
And plus, shit can pop off, a rabbit could run in front of you.
All right, and then what?
Kid can go down in front of you.
Yeah. I don't know if I trust it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready for that yet.
And a funny thing about Google Maps, is sometimes Google Maps, or any of these GPSs or direction services, they always tend to drive you into the middle of the ghetto.
Yeah, not the best area.
The ghetto always tends to...
It's always the quickest route.
Yeah. And I don't know if you want to be in the robot car in the ghetto.
Yeah, right? Well, this is where it said to go. There's Dennis Leary and the drug deal. This is where it said. They robbed my Google car. I can't go anywhere. Yeah, we're going to become too reliant on... Like, when I have kids, they're going to be too reliant on technology and not be independent. And I'm going to be like, well, good luck.
Well, it's getting
good luck.
Nowadays. Like, they talk about... And I'm not even kidding around, like... refrigerators and microwaves that have Wi-Fi built in.
Right. They have that on a refrigerator now, I believe. Like, where it's pretty much like an iPad on it, and it's touch screen, like you're doing everything on it, like, I need this. Yeah, and you can look up what you need for the day.
And it's like, my refrigerator shouldn't have to need Wi-Fi.
What? Yeah. I don't need that. And I believe the new Mighty Taco is opened up around here.
Mighty Taco.
Oh, Mighty Taco.
No, I'm from New York City. I've never heard.
In Buffalo, New York, they're known for Mighty Taco, and it finally came to Rochester. And about a month ago, I think it opened on this street.
And I heard that there's people were like waiting in line.
Yeah, for like 2 hours. 2 hours? Like, really? It's good, but when I want to eat, I want to eat.
Keep in mind, there's things up here that aren't like. Before I moved to Rochester, I never heard of Tim Hortons.
Right, it's more Canadian.
I never heard of Wilson Farms.
Mm-hmm.
But there's things down in like New York City that people like. I never heard of
Dwayne Reed.
I've never heard of Boss Sauce.
Right.
But like
garbage plates, you guys don't have.
We don't have garbage plates, and when the first time I heard the garbage plate, why would anybody want to eat a garbage plate?
Have you had one?
I've had them.
And you're not sold on it?
No, they're good.
Oh.
They're good, but it's just like, when I first heard it, I'm like...
Yeah, like garbage plate? Like, garbage.
And for those, I guess, people who don't know, garbage plate is what? It's like...
Well, you could get burger,
like
or...
2 burgers, 2 hot dogs...
Or 2 hot dogs, and then...
French fries...
Mac salad, all just mixed,
it's all
pretty much.
On a plate.
Yeah. There's no separation. So if you don't like your food touching, it's not for you. And you get hot sauce. It's just hot meat sauce. It's just... You can't go wrong.
And, so I've had, and the funny thing is, I think my first garbage plate was actually at the Lilac Festival.
Of course. The Bloomin' Onion, I don't think that's a Rochester thing. I think that's just, I feel like I've had at festivals.
Well, like,
Bloomin' Onion.
The girl that I was seeing that lived up here, I mentioned Tasty Cakes.
Right.
And she goes, what the fuck's a Tasty Cake? I'm like, Tasty Cakes, like Little Debbie's and stuff like that. And she had never heard of it. And I guess up here in Rochester, they don't have
that. And oh my God, there's something else. I feel like it's like a devil dog. Is that
devil
something?
Dogs? Yeah, there's devil dogs. Yeah,
or Funny Bone too.
Funny Bones. Oh,
Funny
I love
Bones.
Funny
Never
Bones.
heard of that. I didn't hear that until I went to college, and I was like, "You're eating a funny bone? What is that?"
Well, the funny bone, I believe, is chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah, that's what I was told, and I was like, "Well, it sounds amazing."
A devil dog is basically like a chocolate with
cake,
like a chocolate, like a sandwich. Like,
yeah, and then the cream in the middle,
and like the same cream you see inside of a Twinkie.
Pretty much a devil dog
with chocolate.
like the cake. It's like a
chocolate cake as the bread.
outer bun.
Yeah, but like Tasty Cakes is like a whole brand. It's like a Little Debbie. And I was like, oh, Tasty Cakes. And the girl I was seeing was like, what the fuck is a Tasty Cake?
Sounds delicious.
And then the funny thing is we were actually driving down to New York City, and she was in the car, and there's a big, giant Tasty Cake truck. And I was like, look, there's fucking Tasty Cake.
I told you it exists. I didn't make it up. Speaking of Mighty Taco, there's the sign. I see it. I knew it was on the street. I didn't know where.
Where is Mighty Taco?
Right up here. See it?
Holy shit.
Yeah,
okay.
It's crowded.
Because I think this is where Hammer Girl is.
Of course. People are getting tacos and comics today.
Oh, wow.
Hammer Girl. I don't see.
I think, well, Hammer Girl's going to be all the way in the
Oh, okay.
if I'm not mistaken. Oh, wow.
You can get some. That just sounds wrong. You know, like just a taco and then Hammer Girl. It's a whole theme they got going over here.
Oh, boy.
I don't know. Can you get over here?
I should be able to get over here.
Mighty Tacos. Look at that drive-thru.
Holy shit.
And it's open. Oh my God! It's like around the corner. Like
it's literally
20 at least cars.
The whole
It's wrapped around the whole building. Almost.
Yeah, it's wrapped around the whole building.
And this place has been open for I think probably about a month now.
Holy shit!
You gotta order. You gotta pre-order your food. It looks
I
like.
wonder how it is to walk in. Like if you
I
walk
know.
in, would you have to... Okay, well here we go. Here's
Hammer Girl. Anime. It has a little hammer.
Anime.
And we will be back.
And we're back with part 4.
Just went into Hammer Girl Anime.
We just left Hammer Girl Anime. Now the funny thing is I keep going there every year, and every year it's always the same deal where it's like they're not necessarily a comic book store.
Yeah, it was filled with anime.
It was all anime stuff.
And
the first time Kristyn's ever seen anything.
I walked in the back. There's, what was there, like 5, 6 tables set up, and they're playing with cards, like a card game. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Competitive card battling.
And did you see, they kind of gave me a look when they turned around, like,
they're
what?
Not used to seeing women.
They're like, she doesn't have cards in her hand. Like, and I just turned around. I didn't want to interrupt anything. Because it was like they're slapping down. It was like blackjack, like slapping down cards.
Those guys take card playing very, very seriously.
No, that was hardcore.
I mean, you know, I guess
culture shock.
The equivalent would be like the kids playing the Pokemon. You know,
right? What about Dungeons and Dragons?
Well, there's Dungeons and Dragons, which is very much a part of my history. And as a matter of fact, I have a Dungeons and Dragons, the 20-sided dice tattooed on my arm.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Well, that's in memory of my friend Jimmy, who passed away. Who was my old
partner.
He used to play. Well, when the person who runs the game is called the GM or the DM, the Game Master or Dungeon Master.
Okay.
And Jimmy was my old GM DM, so he passed away. He had a brain tumor.
Oh.
And I got the 20-sided die tattooed on me as
for the GM DM
for my buddy. And then like I was telling Kristyn inside the store, I have had friends that have dropped out of high school playing Dungeons and Dragons on games that my friend Jimmy used to run.
That is so crazy.
Because Jimmy,
they get hardcore.
They get really hardcore, and I used to love playing with Jimmy. And we would, we could literally like blow a whole weekend at his house just playing Dungeons and Dragons.
And there's just so much you can buy. Like, there's so many different things.
Well, see, that's why, not for nothing, I think Dungeons & Dragons is better than the card games, because the card games, you're limited to what's on those cards.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong, Dungeons & Dragons did have books and stuff like that, but we had, our stuff, in my opinion, was a hell of a lot more creative, because it was stuff that we just made up in our heads.
Oh, okay.
They did have what they call monster guides, monster manuals, where, if you wanted to have certain monsters, and it helped you know what, like, how many hit points they had and stuff like that. But the adventures ourselves, like, we kind of, the card games are kind of like, and it's all battling. The card games are all battling. Our adventures, you could meet people, you can, hang out in a bar, you can, it was, I don't know, I think our games were a hell of a lot more creative than,
Preach it.
D&D's better than card games.
We just went by Show World.
Adult Show World.
It's huge.
Free dildo day.
Yeah, free dildo day. Every second weekend of May, it's free dildo day. And I can tell you, one time I've been in there.
With that particular Show World?
No, that other one, Arondikoi? Where is it? I feel like it's by, no.
The other one I've been to is on Mount read?
I can't. Maybe that was it. I don't remember now. But I know it was such a memorable event. So we went in there, and in the back there was a sign that said arcade. And it's not a real arcade. So my friend was like, "Oh my God, they have an arcade here! Like, let's go." I was like, "I don't think that's video games."
Those are Jack Shacks.
And we didn't go, but I just remember that every time I see like an arcade sign, now I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, they have. Well, they call them Jack Shacks.
Right.
Now, see,
it's not a real video game arcade.
I remember Times Square back before when it was really Times Square, before really
where all the prostitutes were, right?
And there was a place called the Golden Nugget. And you would go into this, and you it cost like $3 for a coin, and you would get these coins, and you put the coin in the machine, and the machine it was a window, and this
did they dance or something?
And the window and the window would roll down
for so long, right?
And it was only like 3 minutes, and there were girls in there, and the funny thing is sometimes but there was like more than one girl. I mean, it was like a room.
With like
multiple windows. So like the funny thing is you'd go sometimes and it'd be girls just like sitting there doing their nails. Some girls would come to the window. Guys would, you could reach in the window and the girls would like, if you want to grab a boob or something like that, you can pay them to grab the boob. It was, and I think like boobs are okay, but they couldn't grab the crotch. But then again, it was also like there was no way you could really reach down and grab the crotch.
Right, it was probably only
I think there were guys that were asking to.
Oh my Lord.
So the funny thing is like you could grab a boob, but you couldn't grab a crotch. And they would kick you out of that. And then the funny thing was like
Nugget.
The Golden Nugget, and the funny thing is I remember once like I was there with my buddy, like we went like because we were both curious on what the hell's behind it because we heard about it.
Why is everybody going to the Golden Nugget? What's behind the curtain?
And it was, but now the newer adult stores, it's basically just a TV with like
a room, right?
It's a room.
So gross. Imagine being the janitor or something, having to clean that place
Somebody
up.
has to clean it. Somebody has to clean the Jack Shack.
What was I going to say about
so you wanted to Show World?
Oh, do they have...
No, why'd you go into Show World?
I was going with a friend. I didn't get anything.
Oh, okay, sure.
I really did. I do, like...
Buying a pocket rocket?
Right, yeah.
Well, what was she there for?
She wanted to get a movie and then just look at the toys. I don't know. She ended up getting a movie that for her boyfriend or whatever. And then I think she got a costume now that I think about it. I feel like it was like something random, like a maid, the usual French maid. But it's like you go and you think, oh, this is going to be fun. I don't know, maybe fun. But you go in and there's the grossest guys working and you're just surrounded by the grossest people. And it was just like, okay, get the stuff and let's leave. We're not going to the arcade. Could have some tokens for the arcade. Do they have a glory hole?
No. Because glory holes are free. I mean,
oh, true. They have to pay $3 for your little golden coin, Chuck E. Cheese coin. Here's my coin for the glory hole. So skeezy. Just the rooms. I know, you gotta feel bad whoever cleans that up. It's probably some blind person or something, like somebody who doesn't know.
It's somebody from another country.
Yeah, like they don't know.
The ones like, I guess I used to go to the strip clubs in Brooklyn, but also right around the strip clubs are all these adult stores. It's always guys from India or Pakistan or Afghanistan. Well, the big one also was, what's that other one?
Now, I've smelled Indian food, and that smells like shit, so they're probably just willing to just clean that up, and it's okay. They're okay with it.
No, it was...
they're around different things like that, so they're used to it.
Oh, man, I forgot. It's pretty much where all the guys from, like, what the fuck?
We almost got killed by Burger King.
This asshole not paying attention is supposed to stop before driving into traffic.
Almost killed by the king of burgers.
Oh, shit.
And then we went into Mighty Taco.
We went into Mighty Taco, which is right.
We wanted to see, if the line... Yeah, it was by the Hammer Girl. We wanted to see... Okay, because the line was still huge for the drive-thru, so we were going to walk in and see. And that was huge in itself.
Yeah, that was...
It was,
It was like wrapping around the insides.
Like, you're probably sitting there eating at a table, and there's somebody standing next to you waiting in line.
Yeah,
like,
I don't feel
it was that situation. So we walked in and walked out.
And then the funny thing is, as we leave, there's a guy behind us, apparently an employee of Mighty Taco.
He had the hat, yeah.
And I don't know, I guess he was trying to get us to stay. He's like, oh no, you waited only like 10 minutes. And
usually a half hour in the drive-thru. Like,
if you get in the car, you could just wait a half an hour. And like he was really trying hard to like get us to get back in there. And
he was just walking behind us slowly and slowly.
Like he was like, but he was leaving. I don't know if it was the end of his shift. Or,
yeah, I don't know what he was doing.
Yeah,
but it's a half hour to wait. I can go home and make my own taco. All right, put whatever I want on it.
He could, excuse me. I don't know if he was just really speaking the face up. I guess he just,
He just loves his new job, I guess. He loves it.
Yeah, I guess he doesn't want them to get a bad reputation. So, I mean, I guess if there's anybody listening who runs Mighty Taco, I guess you got good employees.
Yeah. You brainwash them. They have to watch, like, the tutorial. What's the next place we're going to?
The next
Empire?
is going to Empire Comics, which we're pretty much there. We're like half a block away. And Empire Comics is on Mount Hope Boulevard.
Right.
1176 Mount Hope Boulevard.
I see it.
Pulling in right now.
And we'll be back.
Oh,
it's right by Distillery. We'll get wings, too. And we're back.
We're back. Jesus.
What number was this one?
5? Or no, well.
Was that the 5th one we went to?
That's the 4th one we've been to, I think.
4th. Yeah, now we're going to Park Ave and then Comics. Okay. So it was our 4th one.
So we've hit our 4th shop.
It was really nice.
This one was nice. This was Empire Comics on...
Was it Mount Hope?
Mount Hope Boulevard.
Right across from the cemetery. Nice view.
1176 Mount Hope. And this is like a block or two away from where I used to live.
What I've noticed with these comic stores so far, there's a theme. The big step coming in. I usually trip. But yeah, I've noticed that's their thing.
So these
I don't know if
aren't really
handicap accessible.
Just what to say, like if you're handicapped and
you can't,
comics,
you gotta sit outside. Or crawl in. I don't know. If you're that dedicated.
They don't really, now that I think about it, none of them have
because they're discriminating, They want nothing but the best coming in. And to play their little card games. And they had some sexy action figures. Yeah. The anime was like the schoolgirl with her legs
was
spread.
Laughing at the anime, there was these girls.
Busty girls. One was pretty much topless. Shirt was ripped open.
Like with a bra on. And
the other one was a schoolgirl outfit.
I never got...
Legs, kind of.
Like...
Promiscuous.
You have to really be hard up. Like,
to go for the action figure.
It's one thing I understand that, you're a virgin, or maybe not a virgin, you're just like a guy who doesn't get play.
So you just want this doll. Well, it's like Grandma's Boy. What was the doll he had in the... He was in the bathroom cranking it. And then the mom walks in.
Oh, look, I think they're starting to get ready for the Lilac Festival.
Is that what this is? Yeah, there's tents everywhere. I've never been, so...
They're passing by Highland Park right now, which is where they're getting ready for the Lilac
They got all
Festival.
the tents up, and signs that say Lilac Festival.
Yep.
The Lilac. You can get all the goldfish you want.
Well, they always have,
they have those typical...
I mean, they have a stage there, and it's always live music.
Right.
Now...
They usually have fried dough.
And I know this year, and it's my friend, my buddy Sean from Alabama, I'm friends with on Facebook. Actually, I've been friends with him forever. I know he's a fan of this band called Cowboy Mouth. Have you ever heard of them?
No.
I'm not familiar with their music, but
Do they go to the
Cowboy
festival?
Mouth is playing the Lilac Festival this year.
That's cool.
So,
and there's a Taipan tour bus that just
dropped
off a lot of Asian Oriental
tourists.
We're taking pictures by the flowers.
But there is no festival going on right now.
It's just them.
Empty tents and this bus. I think they're kind of...
It might be a week early.
Scam these guys into thinking that there's a festival going on.
They have VIP treatment.
And one booth is open and they're all standing in front of the guys.
Did you beef it? Who beefed it? Did you beef it?
Yeah, I think it was before I got in the car. I'm sorry.
There's a little bit of an odor.
I'm sorry.
Odor on the podcast. Well, it's been a long day.
I never heard it referred to
beefed
as
it. Did you too?
That's a good one.
Okay, we're airing it out now.
Yeah. So.
Sorry to call you out on the podcast.
blew up my spot. You usually try to blame it on the baby. She farted.
Damn it, Raven.
It's her diaper.
Okay, we can breathe now.
Because I have the windows rolled up because I don't want the wind to be blowing in the microphones for the podcast. But
so we all got to suffocate.
If we have to expunge the foul stench from the car.
I almost choked. I almost gagged. No, not really. Just kidding. Everyone farts. It's okay. So where are we going now? What is it?
We're going to
Park Ave
Comics.
Park Ave Comics. Real creative.
Which I could have
Have you been to this one?
No, this one I've been to. This is another one where it's kind of more of a specialty shop. It's not really a comic book store. But,
It's that pornographic anime again. We can start questioning
No,
you.
this one's more of a... well, Park Avenue is, even in Rochester, much like New York, is kind of like a rich area. So it's kind of like a, uppity. You see uppity people there. Not really nerdy comic.
When is Park Ave Fest? Speaking of festivals in Park Ave.
I don't know.
I never know.
The girl I used to see, her brother used to have an I Heart the Park Avenue Fest shirt.
Oh, gosh.
And so we used to goof and say that he's going to dance around in his underwear. And listening to Miley Cyrus.
Of course. Party in the USA.
Just his tighty whities and the I Heart the Park Avenue shirt.
I wonder how much you spent on that shirt. That's what we should do. We should go to the Park Ave Fest and sell shirts. Come up with our own slogan.
Yeah, so I do have to admit that the woman that took care of us at the Empire store, she basically said, take as many comics as you want. She was a woman.
Yeah. They had a couple women working there.
Yeah. And we'll see, it's not all dudes.
It happens.
But,
a rare breed.
The funny thing I noticed is she's like, oh, sure, take all the comics you want, because they actually were comics from last year's
take them all.
Day.
Take them.
So,
he thought she was just being nice.
Yeah, she's not nice. She's just trying to get rid of this shit before I have to put it in a box and throw it in the back room again.
And then Chris thought he was too cool to be on the email list that they have.
Yeah,
he shut her down.
Email list? I'm like, no.
He shut her down. And then he pushed her. He said, don't ever ask me again. And then we took all the comics and ran.
Oh my god.
Trash the
place. She was just trying to get my email.
Yeah, maybe. You shut up, see?
Oh, I'm a schmuck.
That's nice view. Motorcycle just went by with a girl on the back.
Yeah, it's that weather. The weather gets a little nice.
Yeah.
All the cockroaches
people feel free, yeah. I can see you on a motorcycle.
Yeah, I've never owned a motorcycle, but I've driven a motorcycle. I want one so bad I can taste it.
You get a little side cart for your daughter. That'd be real badass.
Well, I mean, my father runs with a couple of motorcycle clubs.
Right.
So, like, if I ever did join a club, I mean, I would instantly have like a group of friends to ride with. Because my father rides with the Knights of the Columbus and the Blue.
Is he here or is he in New York?
No, he's in New York. He's in New York. And I know he does the Blue Knights, which is cops on motorcycles.
Right.
He's trying. I think he's trying to start up a one with the Knights of Columbus also. Yeah, and well, I remember once I was actually on my father's Harley, and I wasn't paying attention, and the motorcycle went. I went, and I wasn't even moving. We were perfectly still, and
just you on it.
It smashed between my foot. Got smashed between the motorcycle. My ankle got smashed between the motorcycle and the curb.
And you weren't moving.
And we weren't moving. I wasn't moving.
How
did
that device?
I was getting on the motorcycle.
Okay. You just went somewhere along the way. And are you okay? Was that the last time you got on that?
Thing just smashed.
Look at that pimp daddy. I don't know what that was. His shirt's all untucked.
No, that's a Hasidic Jew.
That's what I thought, but he looks a little...
He has all the tassels coming out of the side of his shirt.
Yeah, but his shirt... Oh, it's his tassels. I thought his shirt was all untucked, but he was walking a little.
Yeah, that's part of...
He's walking a little...
Yeah, I think a little too much manish.
Yeah, a little something's going on. He's like in the middle of the intersection.
All tore up.
Yeah, it's a big day for him.
Well, I grew up around a lot of Jewish people, so for all our Jewish listeners... L'chaim,
Mazel Tov,
Baruch Hashem, and all that other good stuff.
Oh, and my brother-in-law.
Your brother?
Mazel Tov. He's
so your brother-in-law. So that's
he's
your
from the New York.
Sister's husband. You have a sister?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
They live in New York City, White Plains area now. But yeah, he's from down in like Rockaway area or Rockland. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Rockland area is where he's from.
All right, so we're getting close, and if I remember correctly, I think there's a...
We're in the uppity area, so we're trying to get cool.
This is...
Right by, okay. There's Dragonfly, the bar. I've been there, so I know the area. There's a tent that says Ghostbusters. I'm loving this place already. Okay, we're going to park, and we'll be back.
Okay, we're back with part 5, 6, or whatever. We just left Park Avenue Comics.
They had a huge Ghostbusters.
We had a Ghostbusters
setup, tent and pack. What would you call it? What's the
proton packs and the traps
and green goo.
And they had like different kinds of green slime. I know they had in the movie. There's the green slime and then the pink slime.
Did you hear the guy that works there tell the story of the truck driver that? You might have been in the back. He was saying that they lost a lot of comics, I think, for the Avengers, because the truck driver, there was a bad accident, and a lot of them got burned or something. They got ruined. Smokes. And I think the truck driver he lived, but somebody died. I don't know who. But the truck driver was badly injured, so they have a shortage of the Avenger comics.
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, my God, people are now dying for these comics.
Haunted. See, that makes sense. Hey, whatever gives more value. I feel bad for the truck driver. But
I know. I know, right? Yeah, so they have... But we just missed it. They were just packing up the Ghostbuster stuff, so we didn't get to see it.
But they have like an SUV decked out.
With the ghost on it.
And they're wearing like black...
it was legit. They were real Ghostbusters.
Ghostbuster uniforms. It was pretty cool. I mean, I like Ghostbusters. I don't know if I'd ever dress
up as one. They had the trap. What's the trap called?
The trap is just the trap. The
little ghost trap thing. She had that out.
They were pretty decked out, like I said, and they had little jars of... It almost looks like, what do they call those candles?
I was going to say gack.
Like the slime is gack. What do they call those candles that, like, everybody gets now, where the lid kind of locks close?
I have no idea what you're talking
Yankee.
about. Oh, the Yankee candles?
Yeah, like a Yankee candle. But
the specific kind?
Yeah, so they had like the Yankee Candle containers, but it had slime in it. And they had the pink slime and the green slime.
Pretty impressed by the Ghostbusters. We can call them. Said call us on the side. They can come to your birthday party or just come over.
And they had a whole bunch of stuff. And the guy was like, take whatever you like.
Yeah, you can take one of each. They had a huge table set up.
I mean, anything that didn't look too kiddie.
They had a Tinkerbell one.
Yeah, I'm not going to grab it.
That was, the people in there were Nerdapalooza. They were nerdy. Yeah. They were nerdy, the few that were in there. But it was a really nice place. I'll give them that. And I was impressed by the Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I was sold. What's the next one? The last one?
The last one is Comics, Etc.
On North Goodman.
And that's on 274 North Goodman. But basically it's in the Village Gate Square Mall. It's on the first level, like the same street level. And
you've been to this one, right?
I've been to this one a bunch of times because actually it's right next door to the Village Idiots Improv, which I was a member of briefly, and actually that's how Kristyn and I met up, is that she was looking to join an improv group, and I recommended the Village Idiots.
Village Idiots.
And I
have yet to do it because of stupid school, so hopefully this summer I will get involved.
Yeah, and I was doing it basically until my daughter was born, so...
those damn kids, you know?
Yeah.
They get in the way.
They crush your dreams.
Sorry, Raven. She's in the back.
And so,
this is a big place, or?
It was because of Comic Book Day that I started the improv thing, because I found the improv place on my way looking for the comic book shop.
It all connects.
And then, so, the rest is history.
Yep, it all connects together. Is this a big place, or none of these places are really big?
Yeah.
Except for maybe Empire was semi-big.
Yeah, well, it's, you gotta have, space for the comics. I mean, apparently they're not handicap accessible.
See all the steps in that one? Going up at, what was it called? I can never remember the names. What was the one we were just at?
Park Avenue.
Park Ave Comics.
Avenue.
Yeah. pretty much made that idiot proof. Yeah, there was steps upon steps. So I'm sorry, if you're handicapped, you're going to have to send somebody out to get your stuff. And we parked illegally. So we're just breaking the law all day today. We're running from the law.
Well, actually, I ran in. I bought a comic book and I bought dice because I don't know. I lost my role-playing dice a long time ago, so I actually bought 2 10-sided dice.
Just now?
Just now, yeah.
Okay.
Got them for 75 cents a pop. I mean, a little, But hey, I got as much of the free comics as I just.
You never know when you're gonna need dice.
You never know, yeah.
Play it in the alleyway.
Okay, so we're coming up on the Village Gate Square right now, and look, they got
valet parking.
Because sometimes
there's a private event.
Yeah.
It's not for the comics.
In the Village Gate Square Mall or whatever it used to be, it looks like it's a factory, or at one point this was like a warehouse.
Yeah, it looks factory-like.
And then it was repurposed, I guess, as a mall.
And it's right next to the Mexican restaurant Salinas, which is crowded today.
Oh yeah, it's Cinco de Mayo. And so everyone was in Mighty Taco because they're celebrating Cinco de Mayo.
So they must go to Mighty Taco. Yeah. This is kind of crazy here.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh, there is parking up there. Beautiful.
Is it valet? We want nothing but valet. This is our last stop. We're making it a big one.
Yeah. And we have parking up here. Parking for visitors only. Well, no shit. I guess
we're a resident.
Park here for all day, but...
And this is our last stop, and we will be back.
We're back for our last part.
What was that one? Comics Etc.?
We just left Comics Etc.
Bubkiss. They had nothing.
By the time we got there, they usually have like a table set up out front.
That was empty.
The table was empty. Now, I've been at Comics Etc. As a matter of fact, it's the one that's closest to my house, and I've been there a couple of times. And I've purchased stuff from there. I mean, the funny thing is, every other store that I went to today has been places that I only come to once a year.
Down there, yeah.
And the guy, I guess maybe he must have had a bad day because he was kind of snippy. He was like,
he was not having it.
We don't have any more comics. We finished that at 5 o'clock, and it's now 5:30. And we've been on the road for past 3.5 hours.
Comic book day.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it was real cluttered in there. Like, I mean, you would know, but I just feel like it was unorganized in, like, that back area.
Yeah. I mean, they have back issues and stuff like that, and I know, it's kind of hard to keep track of stuff that's, in the past. And,
I'm not impressed.
But, yeah, the guy kind of,
And if I'm not impressed, that's all that matters.
The guy had a bit of a snippy attitude, and
walking around in my way.
In the mall's getting ready for Cinco de Mayo, we actually saw people in, like, sombreros and ponchos. Which, I don't know if that's supposed to be offensive or not, but...
Yeah, they were pretty white as white could get.
White people love fucking Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, yeah.
I remember my boy Aramis was DJing at this place called Mexico Magico. And,
perfect.
Yeah, and it was all, these big, giant Mayan things on the walls, this beautiful bar, and he was DJing on Cinco de Mayo, and it was all fucking pale faces, all blonde hair, blue.
I know, right? The pale faces.
The gringos.
The gringos, yeah. The gringos. I gotta start doing the R thing.
So we've had quite a decent haul. I mean, I'm too busy driving to pull out the comics, but I mean, I believe I got like Avengers, Transformers, Spider-Man.
They did have Ghost Whisperer in this last one I wanted him to get, but...
Well, Ghost Whisperer you had to pay for. I'm not going to
pay for that. But that didn't happen. I'm a little upset about that.
Not to say I'm not a Jennifer Love Hewitt fan. But,
for her acting, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
For her large, luscious acting.
Yeah. Very,
Both
very
of her
big acting.
And,
successful comic day?
Yeah, it's been a nice day. I mean, the weather's pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's hopefully it'll stop being so goddamn cold.
Oh, no, this is the problem. When I went to school, everybody thought it was, so warm, whatever, and then when you come up here, they think it's freezing. It's only like 5-10 degrees difference.
Yeah.
And they think it's Canada. They consider Rochester Canadian.
It was so frickin' north. I mean, you go right up to the beach. If you hit Charlotte Beach and you just kept swimming north, you'd be in Canada.
We'd be in Canada, yeah. I mean, maybe we'll do that. We'll do we'll rent a boat. Or we'll just swim.
Well, that's what I'm saying is that, yes, I'm pretty sure it'd be a long boat ride, but we're a boat ride away from Canada.
Yeah. All right. Everybody get their passport.
A 15-minute drive and a boat ride. And like I said, yes, it may be a bit of a lengthy boat ride, but it's still a fucking boat ride.
Whatever. So dramatic. I'm standing up for Rochesterians right now. We've had it. Stop calling us Canadians.
So, wow.
It's been a long day.
It's been a long day. It's been a pretty long podcast, a lot longer than our usual podcasts, but we thank you for sticking around with us this long.
For National Comic Day and Cinco de Mayo. I am going to go now celebrate Cinco de Mayo without the podcast.
And I'm just going to go home and make dinner for my family and go to sleep.
And read your comics.
And read, of course, read my comics.
There you go. See, you got something planned.
Keep them as pristine as I can, because they'll probably be up on my eBay.
Yeah, right? Go to the link. Ready?
Okay, so allow me to pimp myself out again. www.doublejackpot.us is your one-stop shopping for everything that you need. Chris Cologne related, Kristyn related, Two Strangers, One Podcast related. There are links to my eBay page where you can get your hands on comic books, video games, heavy metal. There's a link to buy my book, Double Jackpot. My second book, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon. There's a link to our Twitter account, at Comic Metal Games. A link to my fan fiction Big Bang Theory script. So once again, go to www.doublejackpot.us for all your Two Strangers, One Podcast needs.
For all your link needs. There's a lot of links, so go.
So once again, thank you for listening to Two Strangers, One Podcast.
Thank you.
I'm Chris.
And I'm Kristyn. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
All right, here we go, man. Go ahead. You want to read
Double Jackpot.
What is it?
It is a self-published book by Christopher Cologne.
Chris Cologne? Smells good to me.
But
Look at her. That broke that fucking cold little exterior. He's like, hee.
But it is spelled C-O-L-O-N.
Him punny.
But Double Jackpot is a book about a comic book artist, Eric, who is in a loveless relationship with a materialistic
I feel you, Eric.
Lynette.
Oh, fucking. Are you sure I didn't write this? Sounds hauntingly familiar.
He starts cheating on his girlfriend with a more creatively supportive woman, Nadia.
Well, I gotta meet her. Where's the Nadia?
There's your summer girlfriend.
Summer Nadia is Nadia.
Nadia?
Yeah, I think Nadia is spelled with an A.
All right.
Both Lynette and Nadia play the double jackpot, the largest payout in lotto history, much like the recent Powerball. Both girls play his birth date as the winning numbers. Eric is now stuck between two of the country's richest women. Who will he choose? It's not that simple. This is a clever fucking idea,
yeah,
man.
Is.
Look at her, fucking. She's impressed.
I am.
She got some summer reading. Christopher Cologne smells real lovely with an original idea. This is. I've never heard this before.
I haven't either. This is a self-published book, much in the indie spirit as Kev's Clerks.
Oh, you don't even need to name check me. This is just a good idea. You could stand on your own, man. You don't even have to be like, hey, remember Clerks? This is nothing like that. This is way more original than Clerks. This is a good idea, man. Why didn't I think of this?
I need something to read. This book is part of the Comic Books, Heavy Metal, Video Games Trilogy Book 2. Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, coming soon.
Right on, man. It's part of a trilogy. This is the first part.
Way to write, man.
He's seeking a literary agent. Motherfuckers, anybody out there? There ain't no literary agents listening to this show. I assure you, sure. Sure. I assure you, sure. But somebody know a literary agent? Hook a motherfucker up! Chris Cologne come up with an original idea. I should tell Raskin. That's a good fucking idea, to be honest with you. That's a fucking rom-com right there. Megan, get Raskin on the phone. Isn't it possible to get Raskin on the phone? No?
Yeah.
I want to run it past him, man. I want to, and if it happens, I get a taste, Chris Cologne. I get a whiff, if you will.
The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com.
That's lulu.com.
I understand that. I just want to spell it out.
Normally one says it, that spells it. Still, lulu.com. What is that? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. All right. The book could also be ordered on www.lulu.com. Search for Double Jackpot Christopher Cologne. A paperback version of the book is $15 and a PDF file is only $5.
$5 is
Yeah.
insanely inexpensive. 15's not even that bad for a paperback version.
No.
This is $1 million idea right here. Like a fucking a movie about a dude who fucking is stuck between two chicks, both of who play his birthday and win the lottery. Come on! I can see that trailer. Chris Cologne is on to something. Nobody else can smell it but me.
I'll read it.
Thank you. I'm going to make that smelly joke.
I know, you're trying to get me to laugh again.
It worked once. Double Jackpot is a self-published book by Chris Cologne, man. It's the first book in his comic books, heavy metal, video games trilogy. Book 2, Odd I See, A Tale from the Road, should be coming out soon. Get all the information at Chris Cologne, like a motherfucker.
I
and
will
his
totally
book,
read this.
Double Jackpot. I'm serious. I'm going to recommend that to fucking Raskin. How is that not a movie? You know what I'm saying? This could be a sexy movie. You could do an R-rated version. There could be nudie in it, and you could show them fucking both chicks. Maybe a little penetration. Maybe a butthole shot. No butthole, no care.
I would like to formally apologize to Christopher Cologne right now.
No, sex sells. Chris Cologne will appreciate that. He's like, thanks for throwing a few buttholes in there, man.
Don't forget to check out twostrangersonepodcast.net, your one-stop resource for everything show-related. You can find links to subscribe to us on iTunes or on Stitcher. You could also find links to buy my book, Double Jackpot, on twostrangersonepodcast.net.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. And fuck you, I'm out.